Hey, Ballers, Squiggles here, bringing you a game. This one a TVZ on Shattered Temple, and it is going to be featuring DRG versus MMA. Of course, DRG is one of the top Zerg players in the world right now, and MMA is, I think, if I had to guess, I would say number 2 behind MVP, although Bomber is up there as well. And guess what? I found this really cool thing. I actually found a game where DRG plays against MMA, a game where he plays against MVP, and a game where he plays against Bomber. So I'm going to be casting all 3 of those. We're going to see 3 of the top Terrans taking on one of the top Zergs, and we're going to have to see how DRG is going to fare against each of these guys. So first up is going to be MMA. You can see making that supply depot at the ramp because he doesn't want any kind of ling rung buys, and I kind of agree with that. Not going to lie. And it looks like there was a little bit of lag there, but hopefully they got those started out. Looks like they did. There's a little extractor trick. That's so painful, man. Ugh. Ugh. Not to mention, if you're squeamish, don't look at that. Yeah, so they are going to be spawning in cross positions. You can see that right now DRG has found out that MMA is not spawning in this position, and he's going to be fairly happy. Now, of course, this is the MLG map. You have the supply depots down here at the bottom of the ramps, and that means you can't kind of contain your opponent super early with bunkers or whatever. You'd have to build them up here, which you can actually do. You can make a tight wall with 3 bunkers right here. But you don't see that often on this map, and by that often, I mean never. More common wall-off is the supply depot, barracks supply depot, which we will probably be seeing out of MMA. It looks like DRG throwing down that hatchery first, content to just get his economy going, and we should see a spawning pool coming down fairly quickly. But both these guys, I mean, you can see here MMA getting that gas. He was going for the gas on 13, the racks, of course, on 12, and he's just going to go for the most standard build of all time, and this tells me that he could be going for anything except 2 racks, which is not nearly as good when you get the gas. But other than that, he could be going for literally anything right now. You can see he's actually scouting after his racks is finished, so his early scouting isn't really factoring into his build that much. But like I was saying, this is MLG, so you can't spawn in these cross positions. So he knows his opponent is either spawning Wah or spawning Wah. And as soon as he sees, well, he can't actually see that guy because he's on the high ground. But as soon as he sees this hatchery, he's going to be like, wait a minute. You, Sly, sir, are spawning here. And it looks like he's going to get a good timing on that spawning pool. If he scouts, it looks like he's not going to, actually. He sees the one gas, though. There we go. Going to be poking back around in here and seeing what he can see. And it looks like, yep, okay. So now he knows exactly what DRG is doing. And now he could just be going back. It looks like, ooh, there is a Marine pushing up here. And if he kills this Overlord, that could absolutely be awesome. Nice job with this SCV getting the line of sight. And here come out the drones. They're like, leave my Overlord alone. He'd never hurt anybody. He actually doesn't even have any weapons. He looks kind of scary, but can't do anything. Now 2 Marines, so MMA putting on a bit of pressure, and this is actually kind of awesome because he's not going to overcommit to this. You can see he actually has a factory on the way, reactor on the barracks, so just the 2 Marines out for now, and he's going to be getting out some Hellions and then probably expanding. I assume that's what this guy's doing. There we go, command center going down. Nicely done, nicely done. Hellions, pretty standard opening in MMA. You can see not overcommitting at all, and DRG not really going crazy with the lings either, just getting 6 lings, just double checking, looking at the units. Yes, indeed, 6 lings. Looks like the SCVs are a little bit ahead right now, but that's just because he had to get out those additional Zerglings, but he will overtake him quite quickly just because of the larva mechanic. Looks like 2 queens are on the way as well, and with those larva injects, look at that instantly when he popped out. Wow, that was really quick. Also looks like there is going to be one spawning pool going, or spawning pool, spine crawler. But, yep, just going to be pretty safe. Looks like these Hellions, though, Hellions are pretty good. I think he might need a queen on the ramp. This queen is just looking around. Might actually put down a creep tumor instead of vomiting again. I'm not sure. And a pretty fast lair coming out for DRG. So what is he going to go? I don't even know. Like, did he just... Oh, man. Okay, so speed just finished. And here comes 2 Hellions. And it looks like, the spine crawler isn't even up yet, but there is a queen on the ramp. And if this queen just turns herself sideways, then she is actually obese enough that the Hellion can't get up. So Hellion's going to go in there, shoot absolutely nothing, really, and then go ahead and run back. Looks like he is going to get up to 4 Hellions, maybe get more. I'm not entirely sure. Nope. 4 is going to be the magic number, and he does have out a Banshee as well. Oh, this is our brutal opening because you make your opponent think that you're going for Hellions, and he actually has 4 Hellions, so he can continue to poke if he wants to. And then you come up with Banshees, and your opponent a lot of times will not have the air that you need. You can see Creep Tumor going down right now, and wanted to vomit, but does not have enough. Needs to eat a little bit more. Whatever food makes you throw up, which I wouldn't recommend to anybody else except Queens. Spire going down now. More gas for DRG. And what is he going to do? Maybe work on some rocks. Yep, these lings are going to take a bit of time. One ling is a little bit sad. He doesn't get picked, but whatever. Okay, here comes out a couple of Hellions. What is MMA going to do with these? Looks like he's going to take the zone like a watchtower. Pretty good idea. I like it. I like it. A little bit of map control, but not really a lot of harassment going on right now. Looks like there is a Banshee out now. Cloak is not on the way, not getting Cloak at all. Transitioning into what I believe is going to be siege tanks. There we go. And a whole bunch of barracks. Looks like he is getting 2 additional racks right now. And this reactor, oh, nice. I think he's actually going to lift up the starport, put it on the reactor. And, yeah, get some good stuff going on there. Looks like this Banshee with 0 kills right now. The Queen trying to micro, and, oh, Queen goes down. Yay, another Queen on the way, and now this Banshee needs to micro a little bit. Doesn't want to lose the Banshee. Look out. Oh, Banshee, run. But he did get 2 kills, 1 Queen, 1 drone. Pretty good. And now he just needs to keep this this Banshee alive. So I think he may just keep him here and try to poke later. Or he may just go back home, repair up, and then push out with his army, which is a pretty good, scary, awesome tactic as well. Looks like Stim is on the way, getting some medevacs as well, but mutas are on the way. And mutas are so good at getting that map control. Looks like these lings are going to be poking around here. Oh, they're going to take out these rocks and then these rocks. A little bit of, I guess, miscommunication going on between DRG and his units. It happens. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. MMA does have 1 tank out now. Siege mode not even started yet. No, just continuing to get tanks. No siege mode. Opting for Stim instead, and a lot of Marines getting an additional reactor on 1 racks, and of course the tech lab to get those upgrades. But no kind of Marauders or anything. Just going to get Marines, tanks, Hellions, and a Banshee. It looks like this Banshee, yep, is going to get repaired up. Nicely done there. And here comes out some Mutalisks. We're going to have to see what they can do. And these Hellions are going to be less than happy to see the Mutas. They're just going to go ahead and die for no good reason because they can't actually shoot up. They're like, oh no, I need to break the bracket on this flamethrower. But here comes some Marines going to try to defend. And we can see missile turrets going up now. But there's just not very many Marines here. And if he focuses down these Marines, he could actually get a couple of siege tanks for free. You can see focusing down 1 siege tank. No, we're not going to be able to do it as the missile turret gets up. Going to have to pull back. Nice job by MMA defending with these Marines, and he's going to have to just keep moving these Marines back and forth. You can see Stim is not quite done yet. And here come the mutas in again. Going to be focusing down, and oh, is he going to get the missile turret? Looks like he did pause the missile turret. Another SCV going to come over here and finish, and these Marines are just being run all over the place. Of course, he cannot actually over Stim at this point because he doesn't have Stim, but you can see lots more mutas on the way, getting +1 attack as well as DRG, and he's going to be just putting on a lot of pressure on MMA, making MMA Stim if he possibly can, and bouncing back and forth between the main and the natural as he expands and takes the gold. So very, very nice tactics coming out for DRG. It looks like their supplies are just about the same, 93 over 89. Got to be a little bit careful. Don't want to lose the mutas to the Marines, but if you can force the Marines to Stim, which it looks like MMA is not taking the bait, but if you can, then they're pretty good. Just now getting shields. It's 11 minutes, 20 seconds in the game. Getting shields, getting +1. Siege mode is now on the way. He has 3 siege tanks out. And here comes a couple Hellions and a whole bunch of Marines and a couple medevacs. And what does DRG have to defend? Looks like he's making nothing but Zerglings and a couple more mutas right now. Banelings, 8, 9 Banelings in production. So, oh, buddy, here we go. It's going to be Ling, Baneling, Muta versus siege tanks, medevacs, and Marines. Who is going to reign triumphant? Well, of course, MMA doesn't want to push in yet. Siege tanks are not even done with their siege mode, and that's kind of a big deal. Just saying. Now, these mutas, let's go ahead and look at the units really quick. We can see he does have 17 mutas, and that's a pretty scary amount of mutas right now. And he's going to be running in here and seeing what damage he can do. Absolutely wrecking the mineral line of MMA, and it looks like MMA is stimming with just a few Marines, but he doesn't have enough. And now all the SCVs are just standing by the missile turrets trying to stay alive. More Marines being spawning and running up here, but doesn't have enough. Looks like 1 siege tank could actually get picked off here. And nice missile turret placement, but they're just going to get focused down. Too many units coming out for DRG, but MMA is not done yet. He has pushed up with his group of units, and he's going to be dropping and getting these siege tanks in great position here. Looks like, yep, going to be careful of the Banelings. Doesn't want to get hurt here. Looks like the mutas are going to have to run back and defend because DRG is now in trouble. Nice job splitting up his units here. Oh, look at this great splash on these Banelings, killing a lot of Banelings pretty much for free. Now, you do have to be careful because he doesn't have a lot of units to defend against mutas. Looks like he is going to pull back here and defend with these Marines. Nice job of making these mutas pull back because he really had no answer for the mutas at this point. And here comes the Stim, and the mutas are going to have to go ahead and fall back. This spine crawler is just going to buy a little bit of time, actually less than a little bit. And here comes Marines splitting off and going to be chasing down these mutas, and now focusing down this hatchery. There we go, chasing down mutas. Lings spawning, doing a good job of doing damage, pulling back, and these siege tanks are just totally protected, and these Marines are doing a great job of defending the siege tanks. Looks like DRG is tired of that, and he's going to go try to put some pressure and make MMA turn around. And is MMA going to turn around? I don't actually know if he is. Looks like he is staying there for the time being. And nice missile turret placement again by MMA. Has his Marines patrolling between his main and his natural. Lots amounts of Marines. There we go. Continuing to stream out from MMA, and now it looks like DRG may be trying to catch MMA in a little pincer maneuver, but no, the Marines are just all over the place where they need to be. Looks like a lot of Zerglings and Banelings were taken out by those siege tanks, and all 3 siege tanks still alive. Look at this. Oh, this medevac is doing such a good job of getting that high ground, and every time DRG tries to run down this ramp, it just gets absolutely rolled. Okay, here we go. This could be the final battle. Banelings coming in, trying to do a lot of damage to the Marines. Nice job microing back. Looks like 1 tank will go down, 2 tanks still left alive, and MMA is just in an absolutely fantastic spot, even building missile turrets now by his siege tanks. And if those missile turrets get up, yeah, it looks like those those mutas don't want that to happen. Still a lot of mutas alive for DRG, doing a good job of keeping them alive. Try to get some reinforcements. These Marines are able to do quite a bit of damage. You can see MMA has taken a little bit of a supply lead. Looks like he is going to be splitting up forces again and trying to take out this gold expansion. The gold expansion, of course, is not mining at all. So MMA just doing an absolutely fantastic job and so proactive with these Marines, just really shutting down this muta harass. Mutas are supposed to be really good, but I mean, DRG is moving around beautifully with the mutas too, but this Marine control by MMA is just like, oh man, it's really good. Looks like this gold will go down. Boom! There it goes. That's not actually what it sounds like. That was that was my own sound effects before you guys get too excited. Looks like MMA with 3 tanks now is just going to be pushing in a little bit. Does have missile turrets up at this point. And oh no, ugh. And now bunkers going down as well. Oh no. DRG looks like he is in trouble. Does have a few spine crawlers, a lot of mutas, and it looks like he's making a few more Zerglings, trying to get out more mutas and +2. And if he can just wait till he gets +2 and catch these Marines a little bit out of position, he could absolutely do damage. But look at this. More reinforcements from MMA. This guy's macro is just crazy crisp and good and amazing, and just every other positive adjective I can think of. Looks like there is 1 siege tank here, which could be caught a little bit out of position. But look at this. MMA just so good. Sieging up tanks, has his Marines, even stemming him. Not even worried about it. Just wants to make sure he doesn't lose units for free at this point. And just content with this really slow contain. Has bunkers up. Second bunker almost done. Stemming Marines and just chasing out these mutas. Now it looks like muta's going to go for the counter. Hey guys, we're back. We had a little bit of lag issues, but these mutas are definitely going to go for this counterattack here as they try to at least do some severe economic damage to MMA. Looks like he is not going to fall for the bait at all, is not going to turn around, and instead is just going to keep on creeping forward with these siege tanks, even dropping Marines up on the top ledge. These mutas did do a lot of damage, cleaned out this entire mineral line, and now DRG is going to have to fall back with these mutas as his base is in jeopardy. Looks like he is going to lose this queen. Nice job stemming just a few Marines. Oh, even getting some more kills there. Nice, nice, nice. Oh man, Marines with one medevac. There we go. Are just so scary. Oh, medevac, look out! Down it goes. And it looks like a lot of these mutas are still going. Oh. Wow, oh man, DRG almost lost this hatchery too, but does clean up this little drop of Marines. Was not very expensive for Slayer's MMA, and it looks like he does have a ton of Marines here. Is he going to be able to go? No, it looks like there is a lot of mutas and a lot of Banelings and a lot of Zerglings coming up. Oh, and the Banelings doing a ton of damage. Wow, oh man, that was pretty important. Now, the thing is there still is bunkers with Marines and turrets. Looks like 1 tank is going to get picked off. Nice job there by DRG, not panicking at all. But, I mean, MMA is just so patient, and it's really hard to break this, not to mention he just keeps on reinforcing. Nice job by DRG, managing to get those kills on those Marines. That's what he needed. And I think he has a little bit of a timing here where he could just come in here with these mutas. Oh, no, but these mutas, he doesn't have that many of them, and a lot of them are really hurt. So he's got to be careful. Meanwhile, look at the mini-map. Just a huge amount of reinforcements coming out for MMA, and I kind of like the way MMA is reinforcing. He has all of his units rallied here, and then once he gets a big group, he sends them apart or sends them across together. That way he doesn't get his units picked off in little tiny groups. It looks like DRG is going to be expanding up here to this top position, but he is in danger of losing his natural as well as his lair. There is a lot of Banelings in production, 8 Banelings in production, 6 Marines in production, and these siege tanks are, look at the spread on these siege tanks. It's going to be so hard for DRG to get any kind of attack going against these or any kind of, oh man, this is just pretty brutal. And these Marines, look at They have 1-1 upgrades right now. Looks like that's all that's going to be needed. Check out the upgrades for DRG. Looks like he has no upgrades on his ground units. He does have +2 attack on those glaive worms, so able to do some damage with those. But I mean, these siege tanks are just absolutely demolishing everything. You can see there he did take out that natural and just creeping up with these siege tanks. Oh, and they could actually get huge amounts of damage done on these drones. Looks like the drones are actually going to get away scot-free. A queen sacrificing her life to let her drones live. The baneling nest is going to go down. Looks like a couple more banelings being produced before they can actually go down. Here come the mutas, going to be trying to kill. Looks like only one siege tank before the Marines, who are getting kind of low because of all the stemming, managed to chase them off now. Keep in mind that he did lose his base as well, or at least his mineral income over here. So MMA is down to 1 base, but DRG down to 1 base as well, because he is totally mined out at his, well, just about mined out. Ooh, nice baneling hit there. Another nice baneling hit. And it looks like these Marines now are going to be trying to chew up as many of these mutas as they can, but all the Marines are going to go down. And now these siege tanks are going to have to run away, or at least hug this missile turret, because there are no Marines anywhere even close. You can see here comes a group of Marines desperately trying to get across the map and do some damage. Also, a couple of siege tanks here are going to be able to take out this expansion. That is a huge deal, actually, as DRG now actually has no mining anything. He has 1 mineral patch with 245 minerals, and that is it. Looks like these siege tanks are a little bit like, I don't know, but oh, looks like the stem on just a couple of the Marines is going to be enough, and there's the GG. So MMA able to take down DRG in this first game. Of course, this is the only game I'm going to be casting between these two players, but stick around for some more DRG action as he takes on MVP and Bomber. Thanks, guys, for watching. As always, leave comments down below, and I will see you guys around.